there, guys. Welcome back. Now we're discussing the reasons behind the Indian economic system. Okay, the first reason was the lower industrial growth. Now the second reason is the lack of skill development. There is mismatch between available and the required skill. For example, the institutions like ITI, okay, the industrialists claim that there is a skill gap. Now, what ITI is teaching and what industrialists require, there is a huge gap between them. So industry should play more active role via internship and apprenticeship providing. Government can fund skill development. Now why I'm saying government should fund skill development is because currently industrial growth is in the phase of slowdown. Okay, so government should fund this, and moreover government has approved funding, but government is saying that it will pay only after the trainee gets the job. So this is not good, and government ought to be liberal in funding. Okay, now we are seeing some improvements via MOU. Okay, MOU is seen, but for a country like India there has to be a large scale MOU. Okay, the second is the third is we have very rigid labor laws. Now, first of all, what are labor laws? The labor laws are legislatures, okay, which work for the welfare of workers. For example, they ensure the workers get minimum wages via Minimum Wages Act. They ensure that workers' social security is there, PF, Provident Fund and pension they get regularly. They ensure that working conditions is fine via hours of work and health. Okay, so this is labor law. Now the other aspect is the labor laws are rigid. By rigidity we mean there are too many labor laws, example 38, and moreover the labor laws are outdated. Okay, they don't fit in the present context. Now the industrialist says that this rigidity is the only reason they are not able to generate jobs in that extent that they could have generated. And this is a big claim. Let's understand how rigidity is responsible for less number of jobs. One of the labor laws is IDA, that is Industrial Disputes Act, which was formed as early as our independence, that is 1947. Now, Industrial Disputes Act says that resolving industrial dispute, okay, that is between the employer and the worker. Okay, so that is its scope. Now it says there are 3 stages to resolve the industrial dispute, that is the mutual talk at the first level, second level is labor tribunals, and the third stage is judiciary. Now most IDA cases were not resolved either by 1 or 2, rather it was resolved only by judiciary. Moreover, most cases are in the favor of labor. Okay, so now clearly you can understand, now since most of the cases are in the favor of labor, hirer or the employer would be very cautious in choosing the laborers, so that his image, time and money doesn't get lost, because anytime any labor may drag him to the courts. Okay, so now let's see the other scope of IDA. Now IDA says that if you have more than 100 number of employees, now when you are going to fire any labor, you need to get government's authorization. Okay, if less, vice versa. No matter how unproductive the worker may be, you still need to get a government's authorization in order to fire that worker. Now, in this scenario of unfavorable environment, the employer is not encouraged to employ more workers. Rather, he would be very happy and satiated to introduce machines, okay, favoring capitalization. He would also be very encouraged not to employ workers on permanent mode, rather on contractual mode, okay. So this increases contractualization. Now, contractualization has both the positives and negatives. On the good side, it if there is good contract, for example, for several years they get good wages. Now there are also the bad contracts, like for example the poor quality, they get for few months there are low wages, and this increases the informalization because the quality is not good, okay. So I think we are quite clear with how rigidity is causing the industrialists not to create so many jobs, okay. Similarly, I have discussed one of the labor laws. There are other 37 labor laws which are too outdated, and they are outdated because they are no more relevant post LPG reforms, okay. That was all about how the reasons of Indian economic system, okay. The second point is, the first point I've already discussed, that is the lack of industrial growth. The second point is lack of skill development, okay, and the third point is very rigid labor laws, okay. Thank you.